Imagine your body slowly losing control. You fight really hard to get it back, but then all of a sudden you slowly fade into this darkness. Psychological non-epileptic seizures or psychogenic non-epileptic seizures can and will mess up your mental and physical health if you let it. So through my speech, I'm going to tell you more about PNES, how I function on a daily basis, what treatment options are available, and how I was diagnosed, because it's a difficult process. So let's get started. My first point is how I live on a daily basis and what is PNES basically. So PNES is where this person has had a very traumatic past or just a traumatic event and they can't cope with it, basically. It mimics a seizure. The only difference is between a brainwave. One brainwave. And how this occurs is when the person is in a high stress situation, their body triggers that event to come on and you go from having control of your body to not having control and you are back in your worst nightmare, basically. You can't control when you come out or not. That's why you have to have a service dog. So how I function on a regular daily basis is, like I said, I have a service dog. I am a 19-year-old girl. I work, I go to college, I do it all. I'm not very held back by this disability. The only thing is when I pass out, it does cause a scene anywhere I go, and it's scary, obviously, not knowing when an attack could happen or not. But with Chandler, he comes and lays on my chest and it's a pressure point, and it basically is a stimulation factor of trying to get me up, just like him licking my face would be. Also, if he lays on my chest, it's a proven fact that a heart rate will slow down. So my heart rate will stop from going from 140 to like 120 or something like that. You can still do everything a normal teenager or adult now can do. The treatment options out there aren't plentiful because this is a very unknown disability. There's actually not even a proven number of how many people are diagnosed a year. We just know that about 2 to 5 get diagnosed a year with it. So it's a very, very small disability. So the treatment options are not very great. It's medicine or therapy. And so I do high quantities of both. And the medicine is not the best because it still makes you sick. It still makes you anxious. So you have to take a counteractive medication to cause the anxiety to go down. So I'm going to tell you how I got diagnosed because it's a tricky process. When you're dealing with seizures, it's a very serious event. And so most people who actually have PNES are diagnosed with epileptic seizures before. Because just like that, it's one brainwave that's different from a seizure. So I was diagnosed in 2017. It was 2016, 2017. My parents got a divorce and I had a very, very bad childhood with my dad. And so the court requested that I do a case on if I have PTSD and PNES because I was showing all the signs and actions of both of those diseases, or not diseases, but disabilities. I tested positive, extremely positive for both, and it was a very lengthy process because when you do testing for PNES, you go under observation for 4 to 5 days, and you basically do a night study, like a sleep study basically, of your brain waves and how they're acting when you have an attack. And the people are actually trying to cause you to have an attack so they can see the brain waves. That is quite scary. And I was going through a court case, which was not fun at all. So being diagnosed with it is very difficult, and it's a very understudied disability, in my opinion. And so as people continue to fight PNES, they will not let it hurt them physically or mentally. That's what I encourage most people, because as I've lived with this now for 2 to 3 years, I've learned that if I push myself, that nothing bad is going to happen because I am pushing my mental health and I am trying and I'm going for it. So through this speech, we learned about how a person deals with it on a daily basis, what the treatment options are, and how you get diagnosed with it. My motto for myself is never a victim, always a survivor. So I want to leave you with those words. Thank you.